This is a drawer with messy clothes, and this is a drawer with tidy clothes. To tidy up your drawer of messy clothes, you can type in this Python Lambda codes. Let's break down a Lambda syntax. Lambda keyword. This signals the start of an anonymous function. After Lambda, you list the input arguments separated by commas, which you put into the Lambda function to process. In example, item. Here, item represents each element in the clothes list during sorting. The colon separates the arguments from the body of the Lambda function. And after the colon, it's a single expression. This tells the Lambda to return the type value of the item dictionary. What this Lambda function does: for every element in the clothes list, the Lambda function returns the value as the key type. Sorted uses these return values to sort the list alphabetically by clothing types. The Lambda function is a compact way to tell Python how to sort, avoiding the need to define a full function with depth. Why use Lambda here? Lambdas are anonymous functions used for quick small tasks, perfect when you only need the function temporarily. In sorting, you often want to just say sort by this attribute, and Lambda lets you write this in a single line without clutter. It improves the code readability by keeping the sorting logic inline. But that's not all, because this is just the first of the 5 examples to show you how to use Lambda. Unnamed function. In the next example, you're at Walmart buying a Samsung OLED TV, but there's a long line at the cashiers, so you go to the self-checkout counters to scan the TV barcode with the barcode scanner. To scan the barcode, you can type in this Lambda code. Lambda functions are typically used for simple tasks, where writing a full named function could be unnecessarily verbose. This is a list of dictionaries, a list containing product details. Each product is a dictionary with keys, barcode, name, and price. The variable getBarcode holds the barcode string you want to search for. Here, it is 12345 TV, simulating scanning the TV barcode. And here's the Lambda function definition. Find item is assigned a Lambda function. This means it holds an anonymous function. Lambda code. The function takes one argument code, which is the barcode string to search, and then we have the body expression after colon. This expression uses a generator expression. For each item, it evaluates if item barcode is equal to code. If the condition is true, it yields that item. The next function takes the generator expression as its first argument, returns the first yielded item, that is the first dictionary matching the barcode. The second argument in the next, none, is the default value returned if no item matches. You call the Lambda function, passing the barcode string to search. Find item runs the expression returning the first matching dictionary or none. If there's that dictionary matching the barcode, it will show the price. If scanned item is not none, it prints the product name and price. If no item matches the barcode, it prints item not found. Single line expressions. In the next example, this is a classroom on the 5th floor of a school for a computer science class. You're here on the ground floor. Walking up 5 floors is a long way, so you take the elevator from the ground floor to the 5th floor. When you press the 5th floor button, the Lambda code works like this. The Lambda function here has no parameters. Its body is a single expression, go to floor with argument of 5. When press 5F button is called, Python evaluates the expression go to floor 5. This executes the function go to floor with argument 5, which prints elevator is going to floor 5. Why only one expression? Unlike regular functions defined with depth, Lambda functions cannot include multiple lines or statements like loops, return, or assignments. Here's an example that is not allowed inside Lambda. It will produce a syntax error because multiple statements are not allowed. If you need multiple steps, use normal function with depth. Lambda with higher order function. In this example, June 26 is the day of your computer science exam, so start preparing on June 22nd. But you don't want to read through all the notes and textbooks, so log in to watch the video recordings of the lectures by clicking the play button on the player. When you click that play button, the Lambda code works like this. What are higher order functions? Higher order functions are functions that accept other functions as arguments or return new functions as their results. Examples of higher order functions include built-in Python functions like map, filter, and sorted, which often use lambdas to define behavior quickly. Click play button is a simple anonymous function with no arguments that internally calls the function play lecture. This lambda could be passed as an assignment to a higher order function or be used to simulate an event handler like clicking button. Imagine a function that takes another function and runs it as an action. Here, doAction is a higher order function taking a function as a parameter. You provide the lambda as that action function. Inside doAction, the lambda is called, which then calls play lecture. This pattern is common in event-driven or functional programming styles. Scope and closure behavior. In this example, this is your computer science classmate John. You two are working on a Python project. You need to tell John that you have finished debugging the code, so you send him a text. When you press the send button, the Lambda code works like this. What is scope? Scope refers to where a variable or function is accessible in your code. Python variables have local scope, a closing scope, global scope, or burden scope. In this example, the Lambda function send SMS has access to variables and functions in its defining scope, not just its parameters. A closure is a function object that remembers values in its enclosing scopes even if those scopes are no longer present. A Lambda can create a closure if it references variables from its outer scope. Closures carry with them the references to variables they close over. Send SMS is a Lambda function defined in a scope where the function send text message exists. When you call send SMS, it calls send text message inside the Lambda. The Lambda remembers and accesses send text message from its enclosing scope. This is part of Python's closure behavior, even though send text message is not inside the Lambda. The Lambda retains access to it because it was defined where send text message is available. Why is this useful? You can write small functions that remember or input functions or variables defined outside them, without needing to parsing them explicitly. This lets lambdas work like compact callback functions or event handlers while keeping access to a necessary context. Now you have learned how to use Python Lambda. Watch this video next to learn more about Python advanced if statement. See you there.